Hello and welcome to a Roof Railways review of some Metcalfe kits. I don't have the full collection of all of them, but the ones I did get for Christmas, I will be reviewing in this. So, let's get into it. Quick disclaimer, these are my opinions through building the kits. I will be rating it on the build quality, how sturdy they are, and the detail, and just how overall fun it was to build said kit. I have not been paid to do this. I got these for Christmas, so they were all bought with people's own money. There has been no... Metcalfe have not asked me to do this review. I'm doing this purely on my own will. These will be all of my opinions. They do not stand for anything else. Right, so here are all of the kits. Absolutely amazing, because I've wanted all of these kits for ages. So, let's, we'll start with here and go round. First off, we have got the Settle and Carlisle Railway. Now, I do like the Settle and Carlisle. Now, this is from the Peak District. Now, my layout is set in Yorkshire, which is borderline there, so I will be putting this on my layout. And because it is a fictional location, it can sit in either. Now, the detail on this is amazing. The little laser cut pieces here for the barge boards are amazing. The windows are also laser cut. Half of this kit is laser cut. I was surprised with this because the structure, most of the structure is laser cut. The windows and doors are laser cut. That's laser cut, and these little parts on top are laser cut. So it's a very laser cut set, hence it has a high price of about, what was it, about 15 quid for such a small set, because it is mostly laser cut. Really, the only cardboard parts are the little wrappings and the roof. But apart from that, again, the detail on this is amazing. The doors are all inset, and they have little, you can add in the little windows. These windows on the front are amazing. I had fun making them. The roof even has some texture to it, with the with a downward slope, then a bit more of an angled slope for the porch, and also these outruding parts for the bay windows. This end has a small door and window. Round the back, loads of windows, obviously for a waiting room. And these are the toilets. You've got a little coal door, some windows, a door, and another door. So it's a very, very open layout. But one thing that I will say is that I was scared of making these chimneys because you have to wrap them round. But surprisingly, they were really easy once you got the knack down. And they do look really effective. One thing that I will say, though, is each room, because it has so many outruding parts, there is a lot of structure that has to go into this. So, loads of inside structural walls. So, you can't just put one light in the middle and it illuminates the whole thing. You'd have to place one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one there. Also, it doesn't come with any holes pre-cut in the base to add said lights in. So that is one little thing that I'm not really happy with, because I do want to light this, but you know, it's going to take a lot of lights. But that is the Settle and Carlisle. Okay, so to go with the stations, we now have the canopies. Now, these are amazing. They came in a set of 4 little bumps, and I only have made one, but I would be really unhappy to be the guy that has to make loads of these to fill a big city platform, because even though it is 4 and it is an N gauge, it, compared to my hand, it's about the length of my hand. So if you have to make, let's say your station was a HST long, so we'll say that's 7 coaches and 2 engines, you'd need to make about, I think I measured 6 of these just for one platform that can fit a HST in it. And think now you've got a couple platforms that you'd have to buy near enough 60 of these packs. But they are really fun and quick to put together. I did this in one evening, so if you are making them, they can get done pretty quickly. I got this done in an evening, and it is very simple to put together. The underside has all of this amazing detail. Now, I do know some people that have painted said detail to make it look even more, but I've not done that. One thing that they do say in the instructions is before that you have the glass canopies on top, the structure is very flimsy, and that is very true. They give you this little piece of cardboard to slot in there just whilst you're attaching these, because it bends all over the place. Because the laser cut details are wafer thin, so that is one thing. You need a very nimble hand to do this. My hands were shaking by the end of it because it was that. But it was easy to make, and it was absolutely amazing. Real fun, and I do think I'll be buying another couple of these to put on the layout. Okay, so on to the next one. So we're now on to the behemoth of the kits, which was the church. Now, this is one I've wanted for ages. It won't be going on my layout because I haven't really made room for it. But it is nice. It's absolutely... This is an N gauge, and you can see that compared to my hand, it's huge. It's big, beefy, and sturdy. This does have a little part to put a light in, and for that I have chosen to use tea lights. And this will just sit there and then get put in there. You could probably see just through some of the windows that it you know, really looks like a church. It does look better in the dark, but that will give you the impression of it. In actual fact, I will show you it in the dark. So there it is in the dark. We're still looking at the same side, and yes, it is on the camera. It does look like it's burning down, because you know the camera's picking up the light a lot more. But in real life, it's a very subtle orange flickering, and it is nice. So that's what it looks like with lights. So yeah, with lights, this is an absolutely amazing thing. But now, just a quick tour of this because it's humongous. The lich gate, very small thing, has this little printed sign, and the writing is even legible as St. Michael's Church. The gates on there, and that's it really. It's a small gate. But one thing I am a bit ashamed about is Metcalfe don't do extension packs for the walls. I would much like a small extension pack for these walls to then pop here and then carry on around. The church though is big, so we'll start at the back. This is the chancel, the very nice part with some glass windows. Up here, lovely little paint laser cut piece. The porch, aisle, an aisle, the main, I want to say vestry of or you know, where the flock sits in the middle, and then your actual bell tower just here with some nice parts. It is a shame that it doesn't have a little flagpole with, you know, like a British flag, because I've seen a lot of churches with that on top. And then a very nice window at the front as well. Now, there is a couple things. I said I would be rating this on how easy it was to put together, and this was easy to put together, very easy. You built it that, and then that. So, you know, I think I did one part a night, and it took me about a week. The thing was, though, is it wasn't, by the end of it, it wasn't fun to make. Because each window, and there's a lot of windows on this, each window has a couple layers before the window. You can see here, a couple layers and a window, couple layers and a window. And when you're making, I think it's near enough 30, 40 windows on this, it can get really tedious, and you just kind of want to say, do I even bother putting in that detail now? So it is fun, easy to put together, but it is very, by the end of it you get bored, very bored. But it does look really good when it's done. So that was the Metcalfe church. And the last one I've got to show you is this. It's a GWR Brunel style wayside station. It's very nice. It's got this nice canopy over it. I've still yet to add the chimney covers. Very nice, very easy to put together. I did this in one day, so for a station building, it's very quick. It gets smaller the further it goes, but a quick tour. Main booking office, waiting room, toilets. And it's got bay windows, which I thought were pretty snazzy. But another thing, each part was built separately. That part, and then that part. And again, it doesn't have holes in the base. So you'd need 4 lights to illuminate this, and you'd have to... and it is annoying. So again, it was easy to put together. Very quick. Amazing detail, as Metcalfe always do. And it came with this little ramp and stairs, which is good, but now it's a bit annoying, because it's a bit of marketing to say, well, this can stand by itself, or you can buy the platform from us to add this onto. But at the moment, I've just got it there. So those have been the Metcalfe kits, and now we'll just follow a small brief of its ratings. So I will just put on their ratings for each kit. These will be ranked from ease of put together, detail, and how fun it was to put together, and whether I think it was just worth an overall. So now that'll follow. Well, thanks for watching that. I've had a lot of fun since Christmas building them up here on the layout. But thanks for watching. As always, I will say, I have now a Facebook site, which you can like. It's just called Roof Railways. You can see what we're doing. And in actual fact, people that follow me on there will have seen that I've been building these. We also have a Discord server, just Roof Railways. I'll post a link again in the description. Also, we thank you to our Patreon members. Again, this wasn't... I usually say this has been possible thanks to our Patreon members, but this hasn't because this was Christmas. But anyway, I still want to thank the Patreon members because they have both, and their names will appear just here, both of them were at the £1 mark, but they've been so generous and have both upgraded themselves to the £3 mark, which means they get even more things. If you would like to become a Patreon subscriber, there will be a link below. So thank you to these two, and thanks for so much to both of them for aiding the channel even more. And one thing that I will say just before I go is, here is a little sneak peek on what is to come in the next layout update. So that's a little sneak peek right there. So I hope you had a lovely Christmas, and I'm filming this on New Year's Eve, and I'll probably post this in the new year, so have a happy 2021, and hopefully it's better than 2020. So, this has been Roof Railways, and see you in the new year.